오케이, 얘들아, 이제 5분, 7시 5분이니까 수업을 시작할게. 그리고 오늘도 디스커션 한번 토론하는 걸로 시작해 볼 거거든. 이야기를 읽고. 그래서 한번 가능하면 마이크하고 비디오를 켜줬으면 해. 혹시 클래스룸에 월시트 있니? 얘들아? 오늘 거?
없어요.
아, 그래? 없으면 그럼 빨리 내가 사인할게 하나. 미안. 그래서 지금 클래스룸에 한번 다시 리프레시 해보면 week 5 session 1 월시트라고 월시트이 있을 거야. 내가 올린 게. 한번 열어봐 줄 수 있어? 오케이, 열어봤으면 혹시 열리지 얘들아? 다. 오케이, 그러면 오늘 월시트 찾았으면 한번 짧은 글을 읽고 그거에 대해서 잠깐 오늘 이게 메인이 아니니까 오늘 이거에 대해서 잠깐 얘기를 나눠보는 걸 하고 시작할게. 그럼 the piece of writing that we're going to read today is called The Struggle to Be an All-American Girl by an author named Elizabeth Wong. And I'll be reading the first paragraph and we'll be taking turns on reading this. Okay? It's still there. The Chinese school on Yale Street where my brother and I used to go. Despite the new coat of paint and the high wire fence, the school I knew 10 years ago remains remarkably, stoically the same. 한번 예지가 다음 패러그래프 읽어줄 수 있어?
Every day at 5 p.m., instead of playing with our 4th and 5th grade friends or sneaking out to the empty lot to hunt ghosts and animal bones, my brother and I had to go to Chinese school. No amount of kicking, screaming, or pleading could dissuade my mother, who was solidly determined to have us learn the language of our heritage.
그리고 이 에세이 같은 경우에는 좀 수준이 높은 글이기 때문에 the vocabularies might be a bit difficult, but then 글 전체가 이해하기 쉽게 돼 있으니까 그래서 너무 단어를 모르더라도 그거에 대해서 걱정하지는 않았으면 해. 그럼 선린이가 다음 paragraph could you read, please?
Forcibly, she walked us the 7 long, hilly blocks from our home to school, depositing our defiant, tearful faces before the stern principal. My only memory of him is that he swayed on his heels like a palm tree, and he always clasped his impatient, twitching hands behind his back. I recognized him as a repressed, maniacal child killer, and knew that if we ever saw his hands, we'd be in big trouble.
그리고 이 글을 읽으면서 생각했으면 하는 게 her perspective is from like her childhood self. So 어린애가 보는 눈에서 이랬다고 기억해줬으면 해. 엘리자베트 웡이라는 작가가 자기 어릴 때 차이니즈 스쿨에 다녔던 experience를 like she's looking back to it and like thinking about how she felt as a kid. Could you read the next paragraph?
We all sat in little empty auditorium. The room smelled like Chinese medicine and imported faraway mustiness, like ancient mothballs or dirty closets. I hated that smell. I favored crisp new scents, like the soft French perfume that my American teacher wore in public school.
Okay, good. 지원이, read the next paragraph.
Although the emphasis at the school was mainly language, speaking, reading, writing, the lessons always began with an exercise in politeness. With the entrance of the teacher, the best student would tap a bell and everyone would get up, kowtow, and chant, Zing San Ho, the phonetic for how are you, teacher?
Being 10 years old, I had better things to learn than ideographs copied painstakingly in lines that ran from left to the tip of Mach. But a real ink pen that had to be held in an awkward way if blotches were to be avoided. After all, I could do the multiplication tables, name the satellites of Mars, and write reports on Little Woman and Black Beauty. Also, Nancy Drew, my favorite book heroine, never spoke Chinese. Could Yugamin read the next paragraph?
The language was a source of embarrassment. More times than not, I had tried to disassociate myself from the nagging loud voice that followed me whenever I wandered in the nearby American supermarket outside Chinatown. The voice belonged to my grandmother, a fragile woman in her 70s who could outshot the best of the street vendors. Her humor was raunchy, her Chinese rhythmless, patternless. It was quick, it was loud, it was unbeautiful. It was not like the quiet, lilting romance of French or the gentle refreshment of the American South. Chinese sounded pedestrian, public.
Could Hanri read the next paragraph, please?
In Chinatown, the coming and going of hundreds of Chinese on their daily tax sounded chaotic and frenzied. I did not want to be thought of as mad, as talking gibberish. When I spoke English, people nodded at me, smiled sweetly, said encouraging words. Even the people in my culture would cluck and say that I do well in life. My, doesn't she move her lips fast? They would say, meaning that I'd be able to keep up with the world outside Chinatown.
오케이. 그러면 여기서부터 혹시 끝날 때까지 혜인이가 읽어줄 수 있어?
After 2 years of writing with the mock and reciting words with multiples of meanings, I was finally granted a cultural divorce. I was permitted to stop Chinese school. I thought of myself as multicultural. I preferred tacos to egg rolls. I enjoyed Cinco de Mayo more than Chinese New Year. At last, I was one of you. I wasn't one of them. Sadly, I still am.
So this last part is really important. At last, I was one of you. I wasn't one of them. Sadly, I still am. 이 글에 여러 가지로 there's a lot of hard vocabs, it's actually pulled off from a college textbook, so 좀 이해하기 힘들 수도 있어. 근데 혹시 이걸 읽으면서 I want 혹시 오해하지 않았으면 하는 게 I don't want you guys to misunderstand that this book, this essay is trying to rant on the Chinese people. 중국인에 대해서 이렇게 안 좋게 폄하하거나 그러려는 글은 절대 아니야. It's just about the experience of a Chinese American kid during her youth. Elizabeth Wang, so she was a Chinese American kid, and then it's kind of her retrospecting back to her youth about the frustrations she had. So 그걸 좀 알고 읽어줬으면 해. So I think we'll be moving on to the first discussion questions. And the discussion today won't be that long. So tell us your reaction to the final sentence of this essay. What do you think sadly I still am mean? What is Wang's message here? So 혹시 나는 이거를 좀 잠깐 읽고 sadly I still am이 좀 ambiguous하잖아. meaning이 한 가지 확실하게 뜻하는 것 같진 않잖아. 이걸 읽고 나는 왕이 이렇게 생각하는 것 같다. like 왕's 메시지가 이런 거 같다. 혹시 얘기해보고 싶은 사람?
For me, I thought like it meant she was like never able to fit into the Chinese culture.
Could you explain more, a bit more, please?
What she liked other cultures and she was like 선망해 other cultures, but she was never able to fit into the Chinese culture. She didn't 선망 the Chinese culture.
So you're saying like 지금까지도 she doesn't really fit into the Chinese culture, right?
But
Like to this day,
wants
yeah.
to.
So what do you think Wang is trying to convey to her authors? 독자들한테 어떤 메시지를 주고 싶어 하는 것 같아, 혹시 지연아? Does anybody else have thought in this? 나는 혹시 다르게 생각한다. 나는 뭐 이걸 읽고 이런 점을 느꼈다. 혹시 이해해보고 싶은 사람? I know it might be long, so like I'll give you guys a bit of time to like 좀 생각해봐. So yeah. 혹시 나는 왕이 like when she says sadly I still am 이런 의미로 이걸 얘기하고 있는 것 같다. 혹시 한번 말해볼 사람? 그러니까
저요.
오케이.
I think it's like the other way around. Like this Wong girl, she preferred like tacos over like Chinese food and Cinco de Mayo instead of Chinese New Year. Like she considered herself multicultural, like kind of American in a way, but then like at the end, sadly, she's still Chinese. Like she can't give up like her Chinese side, and that's her like struggle to be an all American girl because she can't.
So you're saying like to this day she wants to break away from it, but then she couldn't really do that because like she's still Chinese, right?
Yeah.
혹시 나는 좀 이거하고 다르게 뭐 like I have a different opinion on this. I have a different take on this. 혹시 얘기해보고 싶은 사람?
I think she said before she said sadly I still am, she said at last I was one of you. I wasn't one of them. Before she wanted to be American, not Chinese, but now she's sad that she's more of American than Chinese.
Like it's pretty also important. Like I wasn't one of them. Like you하고 them이 누군지도 중요하기도 하고 like 또 오히려 뭐 드디어 뭐 미국인처럼 됐지만 지구가 얘기한 것처럼 like cultural heritage를 잃어서 좀 이렇게 실패할 수도 있지 나중에. She's like, I have a different take on this. 나는 또 이렇게 이거보다 또 다르게 생각한다. 나는 그런 사람 혹시 있어? 성민이의 의견이 좀 궁금하네 나는 개인적으로.
My opinion is pretty similar to Shiu. So I think she thinks she's American herself, but she's physically Chinese. That's it.
어떻게 보면 우리도 여러 가지로 이렇게 뭐 we're Korean people living in Thailand going to like probably an American or like a British international school. So like 우리도 이런 거에 대해서 되게 좀 공감할 수 있는 점이 많지 이 토픽에 대해서. Okay, so I think I'll be moving on to the next discussion questions. There are varying reactions to the final sentence among you. Why do you think there were different opinions on what it meant and why her message was? 너희들하고 얘기해봤을 때 뭐 지원이가 한 얘기도 달랐고 시우가 한 얘기 달랐고 유겸이가 한 얘기 달랐고 like 정민이가 한 얘기 it was unique too. Like there's no one right answer and like because it is ambiguous, different people had like different opinions on this topic and why do you, 혹시 이거 이유가 왜인 것 같아? Like what do you think the reason behind this is? Okay, 유겸?
Yeah. Like, I think she's trying to tell us that you don't need to have like a distinct nationality or like a really formed kind of, heritage. You can like be whoever you want to be, or like you can kind of 다른 나라들 문화에 어울리는 게 그런 것도 괜찮고 막 너무 막 나는 진짜로 한국인이다 나는 뭐 태국인이다 그럴 필요 없다는 거를 얘기해 주는 것 같아.
So it's like more up to you who you think you belong. Like not others don't determine like what you're a part of, right?
Yeah.
나는 이걸 읽으면서 좀 느낀 게 like I also did an assignment on how like different audiences would have different opinions, and like even though we're all Korean community, like we're from like different places. 뭐 태국에서 계속 산 사람도 있고 중국에서 산 사람도 있고 미국에 살아본 사람도 있고 we've been to different places and we have like various different cultural backgrounds. So what I took away from like reading a bit of this was like 그 audience의 경험에 따라서 좀 뭐랄까 이게 다르게 느껴질 수도 있겠다. Like 이게 sadly I still am이 어떻게 느껴지는지 이게 I felt that it could vary depending on the experiences of the people. So yeah, and I think I'll be handing this to 9 from now on. Okay, 9.
오케이. 보자. 일단 너네 다큐멘트 본 것처럼 we're probably going to be we've kind of led up to this until now with a lot of like lessons that we've done with various lessons, but we're going to be doing a debate as our final kind of project to sum up the 6 weeks of stuff that we've done, because we decided it'd be best way to incorporate all the speaking practice, writing practice, and so on and so forth that you guys have done. So basically that's what we're gonna do. And today, the rest of the session is going to be spent with you guys getting to choose the topics that we are going to debate on, because we thought it'd be best that the debaters have some say in what they are going to debate on if they want to debate efficiently or passionately. So, oh, I can't screen share. Ricky, could you screen share the document for us?
잠깐만. Yeah, could you share again right now?
Okay. Let's see.
스크린 쉐어 될 거야, 아마 지금.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, I got it. So the first thing that we're gonna do before we start debating on what topics we're gonna do is that I'm going to have you guys choose 3 topics that you would not like to debate on. So Ricky and I have prepared a page here. If you see here, there's like a link where it says debate topics. And basically, if you go in here, there's going to be a large amount of topics for every category, whether it's like social, political, or environmental, like that kind of stuff. And so you guys get to go in, and if you guys can open this document and kind of just here, skim through these topics that we've kind of prepared. And then you get to choose 3 topics that you believe that we should not do. Except we think that if there is something that you don't want to do, 너네 하고 싶지 않은 만큼 정당한 이유가 있을 거라고 생각을 해. 그래서 topic마다 우리가 전에 배웠던 kind of speech outline처럼 you make a mini speech. And then we're going to have everybody share what topic they think we should not do and why they think that we should not do it. So I'm going to give you guys maybe 10 minutes to look at topics and choose 3 that you don't like. And over here, you can write your topic name here and the reasons on why you don't want to do them down here. And then after 10 minutes, we'll have everybody share, and then you can listen to others speak on why or why not we should not do certain topics. Okay. One thing to keep in mind as you guys are choosing is that your outline doesn't have to be like a full like essay of like 3 points. It can be a minimum of reasons, number of reasons as well if you want. And if you guys have questions, like you're not sure what a certain topic is actually debating, or there's a term in the topic that you don't understand, then you guys can ask questions as well. So let's keep that in mind. Okay, so I think that was about 10 minutes. So now because everybody is going to have to speak on certain topics that they don't want, because we're all, eventually the topics that we choose will be voted on. So we are going to have you guys share your opinion before we do any voting at all. And so we're going to have you guys all speak on what you've just written down for the past 10 minutes. So 마이크랑 카메라 켜졌으면 좋겠고, 그 여기 밑에 보면은 speaking not this topic이라고 적혀 있는 부분이 있는데, 다른 사람들이 발표할 때 그 사람들이 얘기하는 거 잘 들으면서 you can take notes as you listen to other people's reasoning, and as well when you present, make sure that you have clear reasoning that should make sense, and you should be able to present with confidence. 그러면은 시우부터 할까?
하나만 하면 돼요?
10분 동안 준비할 수 있었던 만큼 해.
아직 두 번째 거를 못 끝내서.
오케이. 그러면 나는 준비가 됐다는 사람. 그러면은 유겸이부터 할까? 3개 다 안 해도 되니까.
Am I supposed to do all three?
No, if you don't have 3 topics that you necessarily don't want to do, then you can share one topic that you would not like to do and why.
Well, I have 3 anyway, so.
Okay, that works.
So the first topic that I don't want to do is that all people should have the right to own guns.
Mm-hmm.
Firstly, humans are too corrupted to be handed the responsibility of owning a gun.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people can do really stupid things. And too many bad things could happen, like crimes or abuse. Like, people could simply use their guns to just kill the ones they hate, or like had bad emotions on, or like use it to abuse other people. And lastly, although guns could be used as protection, it is highly likely that people will use it for fun.
Okay.
Like, there are places where you can shoot guns to like a target or something. But guns are, I think it's really highly likely that it will be an entertainment, like a form of entertainment. Like, people could just use it outside to shoot trees or animals, but then accidentally do something really bad.
Okay,
So yeah.
That's your reasons for why you would not want to debate on the topic of all people should be allowed to have guns.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have 2 more topics that you want to say why we should not do, or?
So topic 2 that I don't want to do is all students should have an after-school job or internship. Firstly, all students have their own personal schedule and requirements that needed acting upon. So they have their own things to do, like at home or homework or projects. And more work after a full day of school is too tiring and stressful to students. Like, even just sitting in class for 55 minutes, if you're in Grace, is like really tiring, and you have to like walk up and down the stairs around the school for like 9 hours. And then working after that is like too much. Then you won't have enough energy for like, functioning on the next day. So, yeah.
Okay, that's reasonable.
And the third topic is the sale of human organs should be legalized. I do not want that.
Okay.
So, why would even selling human organs be necessary? Like, I understand that, like, some people will, if they're sick, like, they need to, like, 장 같은 거 이식하는 그런 필요할 때가 있긴 한데, other than that, there's actually no purpose for human organs unless you're gonna, like, literally eat it. And second, human organs are not usable when it's not taken care of with the utmost attention and management. Like, when you like need an organ to be transplanted in your body, like, it always comes in this like cold box with all these pipes and stuff. And then like the expiry date, I don't know what to call it, but those kind of stuff is like really short for organs. So it would be like useless. And lastly, if you want to take an organ out of a person's body, it would have to be like the person would have to die first, most likely. So you'd be like committing murder. So yeah, that's just basically not sane. Yeah, it's common sense. So I think the sale of human organs should be banned, not legalized.
Well, thank you very much for sharing your reasoning on topics that we should not do. One suggestion is that you seem very passionate about these topics. And if you, one thing that we're going to remind you guys is each topic will have a proposition and a opposition for the topic. So that means that there will be two sides for each. And whatever topic you choose, you could end up being the proposition, which supports the argument, or the opposition, which goes against it. So 유예매 같은 경우에는 안 하고 싶은 토픽들이 됐지만 또 동시에 보면 opposition이 굉장히 강한 토픽들이었기 때문에 if you use that and you harnessed your reasoning, then you could probably make a very strong opposition argument to any of those topics. So that's good. It's a good place to start. So 그러면은 성민이 얘기해 볼까?
제가 아직 많이 하지를 못했는데 그거를 아직 한 토픽 2 정도까지 아직 쓰고 있어요. 토픽 2도.
오케이, 알았어. 그러면 다 쓰고 하는 걸로 하고. 그러면 지원이 얘기해 볼까?
네, 저 하나만 얘기해도 되나요? 네. So the one I chose is Instagram setting an unhealthy beauty standard for teenagers. I wrote, I think this topic shouldn't be used for our debate because there are students who don't have Instagram in this meeting, that Instagram users have different interests. So some people that use Instagram won't have anything that will affect another's beauty standard. So they might not be able to relate to this topic.
I think that's solid. That's pretty solid because it's not a topic that can necessarily be relatable to everybody. It might not be a good topic to debate on because some people will lack sufficient knowledge on that. Very, very good. 그러면은 예지 얘기해 볼까?
The first topic that I would not like to debate on is school uniform should be required. I would not like to debate on this topic because I don't think school uniforms should be required, and everyone has the right to wear whatever they want, and school uniforms are uncomfortable for students and might cause damage on their skin. So I wouldn't want to debate on this topic. And my second topic is all people should be vegetarians. I would not like to debate on this topic because everyone has the right to be a vegetarian or not, and they shouldn't be like forced to become a vegetarian. Although being vegetarian can make us healthier, it's not really right to force people to eat vegetables their whole life. And my third topic is homework should be banned. I would not like to debate on this topic because I don't think homework should be banned. Even though banning homework can make us students relax and have a fun time chilling without homework. But without homework, we can't really get knowledge from school, and without it, we can't. Oh, sorry, I read it wrong. Oh, with homework, it helps us study, which can make us smarter, but banning it can make us not really increase our knowledge.
Okay. Those are pretty solid reasons. So I think that's valid if we are doing that. 그러면은 아직 얘기 못한 사람 하늘이가 얘기해 볼까?
저 아직 조금만 시간 더 줄 수 있어요?
오케이. 그러면은 설린이가 얘기해 볼까? Topics you don't want to.
So for my first topic, it was homeschooling is better than traditional schooling. I feel like we shouldn't debate about this because not all students have done homeschooling and know really what they study about.
Mhm.
And for the second one, homework should be banned. And I don't think we should debate about this because it can vary on students who are just too lazy to do homework and like who are like interested in schoolwork or like just like give up in life and stuff.
Okay. Alright. 그러면은 지금 얘기 안 한 사람 혹시 시우 아까 얘기 안 했던 거 준비됐나?
저 이제 2개 다 했는데 세 번째 못했는데 일단
It doesn't have to be like you don't have to do all three if you're not ready yet, but
I don't think we should debate about why or why not the death penalty should be abolished. Since it is a topic about a human's death, I believe it is too heavy for us to debate. Some people might be uncomfortable talking about this subject, and we could go too deep with why the death penalty should or shouldn't be abolished. And topic 2, I believe we shouldn't debate about why or why not religion should be taught in schools. We might all have different religions, so I think this is a topic too sensitive. Also, some people have the experience of being taught religion at school, but some people don't. I believe we should need experience to talk about certain subjects like this.
okay. So hopefully everybody is taking notes so far because everybody has different reasons for why they don't want to do certain topics. 성민이 준비됐으면 발표할까?
제가 아무리 물을 짜내도 이게 안 나오는 것 같은데 딱 한 개만 해도 되나요, 그러면?
한 개 해도 돼.
아, 네. So okay. I'm not. I don't like to debate on abortion because it's pretty complicated to debate between ideal, reality, and moral things. Some might say that abortion exists for who can raise their children. Nevertheless, abortion is nothing different from murdering babies in a moral way. And these reasons are why I don't like to debate on abortion.
That works. Very, very good. 그러면은 하늘이 준비됐으면 발표할까?
저 하나밖에 못했는데 괜찮아요?
괜찮아. 하나만 해도 돼.
처음에 제가 완전 잘못 써가지고 다시 다 지워서 쓰느라 진짜 짧게 썼는데 괜찮아요?
Okay.
So I would not like to debate on if social media have improved human communication, because human communication has not only been improved only through social media. And everyone's opinion can be different about this topic.
Okay. That works. Okay. 그러면은 이제 마지막으로 혜인이 얘기할까? 3 topics that you don't want to debate on.
I only have 2.
Yep, that's fine. That's fine.
I would not like to talk about the topic of parents choosing their own child's gender because it seems kind of mean and it would somehow be sexist. Also, if all parents wanted a boy, then the whole world would be filled with boys. Or if everybody wanted a girl, the whole world would be filled with girls. And the last reason is because I think parents should love their child no matter what their gender is. And I also do not want to talk about the topic of being vegetarian because after debate, people might become encouraged and start becoming vegetarian, but no meat at all would not be healthy and it would affect people's health.
Okay. All right, so that was a little bit of a longer process, but hopefully as you guys have been listening to people sharing, you have heard like various reasons for why certain people don't want to do certain topics. So now that we have done that, we can move on to actually putting out sort of candidates for the topics that we will talk on. And so our debate will have 3 rounds in total. And so we are going to choose a total of 3 topics, but everybody is able to contribute a topic that they want to debate on. So here I've accidentally put 3 boxes, but from the immense list of options that we have given you guys can choose 1 topic and explain why you would like to debate on that topic. Now, a quick reminder is that when we are talking about why we want to debate on a topic, it is not really based off of our opinion on the topic, because that would actually contribute to a debate, but rather the validity, how valid it is to our class and to a group of students like us, how well we can actually relate to this topic, and so on and so forth, is kind of things that you should consider as you are advocating for a certain topic. So as you keep that in mind, this time, because it's 1 topic, I'm going to give you guys like maybe like 5-ish minutes, choose 1 topic and write down a basic outline for why you would like to debate on that topic. So that is that. And okay, 5 minutes.
이게 너네가 이렇게 like if you guys choose a topic, after this we're going to be voting on like the 3 topics that you guys want to do, and then 고르는 걸로 like we're going to be like continuing on a debate and like learning how to debate for the next like next 3 lessons probably, and then 그리고 또 이렇게 16일이랑 20일에 실제 데이트 한번 해볼 거야. Like depending on what topic you guys choose, 그 topic 에 대해서 찬성 팀이 될 수도 있고 반대 팀이 될 수도 있어. So you guys might take the proposition side or the opposition side of that topic. So, but then these 3 topics are what we're going to use for the rest of the sessions that we have left. 그래서 조금 난 정말 이 토픽에 대해서 한번 열심히 데이트 해보고 싶다, 이 토픽에 대해서 얘기해보고 싶다 하는 게 있으면 한번 이렇게 좀 신중하게 생각해보고 좀 불러줬으면 하는 마음이 있어. Because this is what we're gonna use for the next 3 sessions we have left. So yeah.
그러면 시간 더 필요한 사람? 시간 더 필요한 사람이 없으면 발표를 할까? 자, 그러면은 한 명씩 발표를 해보자. One topic that you want to do. 그러면 설린이부터 해볼까?
So my topic was school Chromebooks can be other device. Oh, school Chromebooks are helping students' learning progress. I feel like we should debate about this topic because there will be several different opinions. For example, some might say that through Google Classroom and other Google websites, we're able to learn better and faster. Or some could say that it could be too distracting and could lead us the other way, and like some kids could like do other stuff instead of like studying.
Okay, very good. And also, guys, one thing to keep in mind as you're listening is you want to take notes as on down here in the box as well as other people are presenting. So for example, 방금 선이가 얘기한 거 너네가 다 여기 이제 밑에 적고 reasoning까지 적으면은 probably it will help you as you begin the voting process. Okay, 그러면은 설리 얘기했으니까 유겸이 얘기해 볼까?
저는 the price of EpiPen or insulin should be reduced. So a lot of people have severe allergies and require an EpiPen with them at all times, but then the price of it is overwhelming for most of them. Like the average of one pack is $300. I just search it, and that's a lot. And not being able to have an EpiPen could lead to really bad situations, and it could lead to death. So it's kind of critical to, like, in the matter of having or not having an EpiPen. And lastly, like, I don't think there is like a big reason for EpiPens should be that expensive. And it's kind of common in a lot of people, and it should be reduced for like people who can't afford it, which is majority.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you gave us your reasons why you think it's a debatable topic. So hopefully that will help to you guys as you guys are voting. 그러면은 지원이 한번 얘기해 볼까?
So I chose the topic of school uniform should be required. And I wrote, I think it will be a good topic for us to discuss because it is a topic that anyone could relate as we are all students and as it isn't a sensitive topic, so anyone would be able to express their opinion.
Very, very good. Okay, 자, thank you. And 예지 한번 얘기해 볼까?
I chose plastic bags should be banned. I would like to debate on this topic because of plastic bags, our world is getting polluted. And even though some places are trying not to use and sell plastic bags, and also even though plastic bags are very useful for holding materials, there are still so many places that are still selling and using plastic bags. From plastic bags, our ecosystem is getting damaged. And also this topic is really easy to do. So I would like to do this topic.
Very, very good. So give us your reasons. Okay. 자, 다음은 하늘이가 한번 얘기해 볼까?
I would like to debate about why people smoking should be banned in public areas, because smoking can be critical of the health of those who are smoking and also to those who pass them in the public areas. And I think a lot of people can relate about how smoking can be really bad.
Okay. Very good. 그러면은 혜인이 한번 얘기해 볼까?
I would like to talk about the topic of the death penalty should be abolished, because even though the topic does seem dark, it seems like an interesting topic, and I would like to know what other people's opinions are, because I don't want to just be on one mindset of mine, and I want to know what other people think about this topic.
Okay. Very good. 그러면은 지금까지 얘기 안 한 사람이 성민이 한번 얘기해 볼까?
Okay, well, I would like to debate on the minimum wage because if minimum wage is increased, it can affect you on several ways, whether it's positive ways or negative ways.
혹시 미니멈 웨이지가 뭔지 잘 모르는 애들 있으면 미니멈 웨이지는 최저시급이야, 최저시급. 그래서 알아듣네.
오케이. 지금까지 발표를 안 한 사람이 보자. 다 발표했나? 혹시 발표 안 한 사람? 아직. 슈. 그래, 슈. 슈, 미안해. 그럼 슈 한번 발표해보자.
I would like to debate about why euthanasia should or shouldn't be banned. I personally think it should not be banned because it can give you a more painless death. But I would like to know what the thoughts of other people are about this topic because it can be controversial.
Okay. Very good. 오케이. 자, 그러면 너네가 이제 이거를 얘기를 하던 동안에 우리가 이제 we have made a Google form for you guys to vote. Hopefully I didn't miss anyone. Did I miss somebody? No? Okay.
아니면 혹시 나는 한 개 갖고 안 된다. 난 I have more topics that we want to debate about. 나는 이것도 원했지만 이것도 혹시 얘기하고 싶다. 그런 사람이 있으면 그것도 줘도 괜찮아. 그냥 we won't have you guys write a full speech on it, but then 그냥 you guys can shout it out. 혹시 하고 싶은 토픽이 더 있거나 그런.
Ooh, can we do the handwriting one? Should students be graded on their handwriting? Because it's depends on the person. Controversial.
Anybody else have topics that they would like to throw in for us to vote on?
I would want should animal testing be banned?
Okay, we can do that. Should animal testing be banned? Okay.
Or all drugs should be legalized.
Okay. Anyone else? As you're looking through the topics.
If humans should invest in technology to explore and colonize other planets.
Okay. 더 없으면 혹시 마지막 anybody last topic that you just want to try? If not, we will start voting then.
그리고 혹시 이미 그 구글 폼에 들어가 있었으면 you guys have to close and then reopen the tab because 너네가 아까 준 토픽도 내가 방금 전에 업데이트하고 있었기 때문에 그 refresh 하려면 시간이 좀 필요해서 그래서 이미 들어가 있었으면 나가지고 so when you guys go on the form, I want you guys to vote on the top 4 topics that you want to debate on. 4개 골라줬었네, 4개. 그러면 그 중에서 제일 그걸 많이 받은 3개를 추려갖고 that'll be your topics.
Do you have 12 topics?
Yeah, we have a total of 12 topics. And then 그 중에서 4개를 골라주면 그걸 다 표를 집계해갖고 내가 표를 집계해서 we'll be choosing which one, yeah, gets the highest number of votes. 한 명당 4개씩 골라줘. 한 명이 하나씩 고르면 다 자기 것만 고를 수도 있어갖고 내가 여러 개 골라갖고 그렇게 했어 내가. We got 7 responses so far. 한 명만 더 vote 해주면 돼. Okay. 오케이, 지금 voting process가 거의 끝났는데 so the topic all drugs should be legalized was 압도적이었어 일단. And then there were 3 topics that were in tie. And they're like, should school uniforms be required? And plastic bags should be banned. And should students be graded on handwriting? But then 내가 이 토픽을 디베이트를 짜면서 있어서 I kind of want to do a debate that requires you to research. 더 이렇게 정보를 많이 검색해보고 조사했으면 하는 토픽을 고르고 싶어갖고 I think the 3 topics that we're going to choose is school uniform should be required, plastic bags should be banned, and all drugs should be legalized. 그 3개로 아마 골라서 할 것 같아 진행을. 그래서 내가 스케줄을 만들어서 지금 보여줄게 좀 있으면.
그러면은 일단 이제 성현이가 그걸 하는 동안에 like for a preview of the debates that we're going to do in the sessions to come. So hopefully our next session will be where we kind of prep you guys for the debate. So right now, today's the first session of week 5, and we have the second session of week 5, and then we have week 6 left. And so we will have the second session of week 5, which is on Monday, to prep you guys for debate, give you guys tips. You guys will learn about POIs, or points of inquiry, where you can use during your debate as you are speaking back and forth. And also, you guys will be put in teams. Right now, we've made 4 teams that we have generated through the random name generator for equality's sake. And so those, you'll be able to work together with your teams. 팀을 이제 우리가 너네한테 곧 얘기해 줄 건데, 이제 주말에 우리가 월요일 날 수업하기 전에 주말에 되면은 팀이랑 한번 연락을 해보고 kind of like talk through it before, because we're going to assign you guys a topic, a team, and whether you'll be the proposition or the opposition. So whether you'll be 찬성 or 반대, we will assign that to you guys. And so once you get your team, maybe you guys can maybe talk about it a little bit over the weekend before we get started with class on Monday. And then we will probably have our debate during the next class, so next Thursday. So between that time from Monday to Thursday, 그때 팀이랑 얘기하면서 리서치하고 그런 거 많이 해보고 이제 최대한 소통 많이 하면서 리서치한 거 쉐어하고 했으면 좋겠고, 그리고 마지막 디베이트이기 때문에 성윤이랑 내가 우리의 지갑을 털어서 웬만하면은 그래도 너네가 바랄 수 있는 게 조금은 있었으면 해서 we will be looking for things that will hopefully inspire you guys to work, that we will, you know, raid our own pockets for that. And otherwise, I think that's it. Our debates will have structure, which we'll go over on Monday. Hopefully the debate will be on Thursday. If we have to, we'll bring it in to the last class. But if we can finish before that, then our last class can be a sort of chill day. So how do you work, guys?
그래서 지금 클래스룸에 보면 얘들아, 내가 디베이트 스케줄이라고 하는 포스트를 만들었거든. So I kind of like assign, 나인이가 말했듯이 일단 팀을 이렇게 추천하고, 그리고 스크린샷 해줄게. 그래서 이 팀으로 이렇게 I chose the teams and topics for you. 너희가 투표해준 거를 골라서 I thought all drugs should be legalized and plastic bags should be banned. Both pretty serious topics, so yeah, those got into the first round because they were similar, and then school uniform should be required. 그래서 토너먼트 방식으로 하는데 첫 번째 팀이랑 두 번째 팀이랑 이렇게 팀 AB가 디베이트하고 팀 B, CD가 디베이트하고 서로 이긴 팀들이 마지막에 이렇게 붙는 형식으로 만들었어. 그래서 these are your teammates, and 찬성 반대는 like if the topic is plastic bags should be banned, the proposition side would be saying why plastic bags should be banned. Then the opposition side would be 반대ing that topic. They'll be saying why plastic bags should not be banned. 그래서 왜 이걸 ban하면 안 되는지 이유를 들면서 이렇게 argue를 하는 걸로 할 텐데, 디베이트를 하기 위한 형식이고 뭐고 그런 거는 이제 we're going to be starting to teach that next lesson. And yeah, I think we're it for today. So 혹시 시간 나면 디베이트 같이 하는 애들이랑 잠깐 카톡방에 다 추가돼 있으니까 you guys can like try to start contacting and stuff, but then how to like actually really prepare and debate, we're gonna start teaching that next lesson. But then 상품도 있고 그러니까 if you guys want a slight upper hand, you guys can do research in the meantime. Okay, so I think that's it for today. 네, 고마워 얘들아.
얘들아 수고했어. 잘 가.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.